Murder. Does that sound familiar to you? Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shania and I'm pretentious. When the sun comes out from behind the clouds and the government hikes up the weather machine to a spicy 98 degrees and school is out of session for the summer, I tend to lose my sense of dark academia. If you don't know what dark academia is, I would read you a lengthy, pretentious paragraph about it, but I found one sentence that sums it up all very perfectly, and that is, quote, "Dark academia is essentially a knowledgeable vintage emo." The aesthetic partakes in blazers, slacks, Oxfords. We read poetry by the lake. We spend lengthy periods of time in the library. I mean, when I do it, I'm just on my phone with all my materials spread out around me, but I'm not actually doing work, but you know, it's just... In a sense, summer makes it hard to partake in the dark, Kafka-esque aesthetic that is dark academia. Layers are nearly impossible. Wearing all black, like I am right now, is forbidden. But oh ho ho, no. That sign won't stop me because I can't read. So I thought I would start off with the bare bones of an average closet, and that is a basic black shirt and blue jeans. You can hopefully find something similar anywhere, thrift shops, online, even Walmart carries this and the like. But we're going to add a little flavor, a little salt, a little pepper, a little adobe seasoning, you know? A blazer. I found this blazer at a local thrift, and most thrift stores I've been to carry a large assortment of men's blazers, which are perfect due to their oversized nature. For shoes, I'm simply wearing my platform Oxfords that I purchased from Depop. This next look is just as casual. I'm wearing a pair of brown plaid pants that I thrifted, and I'm styling it with a cropped black tank top and my argyle print cashmere sweater. This is definitely for the colder season, as I'm already breaking a sweat here in my air-conditioned living room. I finished off the look with some high black socks and my black Converses. In the name of dressing it up a bit, I switched the sweater and top for this Victorian style lace blouse, which is also secondhand. I couldn't choose a pair of shoes to pair with this outfit, but it would probably be my Docs, since I love the juxtaposition between lace details and a more sturdier, heavy accessory. Up next, I'm wearing some black short overalls to keep cool. I purchased these from Walmart a very long while ago. I love layering even if it's hot. I mean, I used to wear black hoodies in 90-degree weather because I was insecure about something as mundane as my arms in high school. But for this look, I paired a black button-up from a local thrift for a monochrome look. Or if you want, you can style the overalls with any other top you like. As for the shoes, I'm going with my Doc Martens in the style Sinclair, paired with high socks to keep my ankles from being unscrewed from my calves. Dresses and skirts are my favorite thing to wear in the summer or fall. If you're not a fan of the layered underneath look, this one's for you. The rest are not. I started with this emerald green pinafore dress. I love it, but it's a bit shapeless on its own, so I tied a cream colored ribbon around my waist. This part is completely optional, but if your classrooms get as cold as mine do, I would pair a neutral colored blazer on top. Once more, I'm going with my Docs to complete this look. This next look is more grandma feeding the birds downtown, but I still dig it. I'm styling this red rose dress with a cropped black cardigan and a plain black tote. The tote is great for carrying around classics or, you know, Twilight. For something warmer, I paired it with my argyle print cashmere sweater, and I think it's perfect because it has little red details to tie into the red of the dress. Another staple, at least for me, is a good old satin slip. I purchased this one from Depop and I've worn it probably a billion times. It's a little shapeless, so like with the other dress, I tied a bow around my waist using a cream ribbon. But let's say you don't want to show your girls off that day, or maybe you have a dress code. To switch it up, my go-to is layering. I usually pair it with a black turtleneck to keep it chic. This time I'm going for a black mesh one. You can go with something more solid. In the past, I've paired it with a basic black mock neck I purchased secondhand. I kept the mesh mock neck for this next look and paired it with a tank top to keep it conservative, but not that sort of conservative. For the bottoms, I'm wearing this brown corduroy mini skirt. I think corduroy is a big staple of academic looks, and now that it's coming back into fashion, it should be a lot more accessible. I know it will be a lucky day to find fashionable cords in a thrift store. I can't believe I almost forgot, but a chic look that I've been loving for the past forever is a good old blazer dress. This is just a regular blazer, but it's long enough to get me by without flashing anyone. Like I said earlier, men's blazers are the key here due to their typically oversized nature. I paired it with my Gucci tights and some black Oxford heels. It's giving me secretary, it's giving me try hard college student, it's giving me life. If your blazer isn't long enough to cover the goods, you can always pair it with some dark shorts underneath to remain inconspicuous and, you know, just a little hot, you know? It's like a sexy librarian. Sorry, that was weird. That's all the outfits I have today for you guys. If you like this video, make sure to like it. If you like me, make sure to follow me on Instagram. And if you like both, make sure to leave a comment down below and do all the above. See you guys next time. Since the last video, I've added a few more pictures to the wall, just some personal pictures. And for this episode, I have this picture. It's from the 1920s version of Hamlet, and we're gonna put it right here. There we go.